Here we are. Back once again. Haven't accomplished too much since yesterday. Yesterday evening was a little bit busy for me, so still chugging. And you can see we're still filling in our landfill. There is quite a bit of expansion still we're going to do before I'm happy with the amount of resources we have. I think I've decided I am going to set up at the very least purple science. Maybe both purple and yellow. I haven't decided yet. Only because, well, specifically because the portable fission reactor, well, there are some things I want, basically. I want Covarex. That's space science. I want nuclear fuel reprocessing so I don't have to deal with a buildup of spent fuel cells. Those will be nice eventually. I won't need those for Vulcanus. Effect transmission might be nice. I do want elevated rail for Vulcanus. Yeah, there's just a few things that like I was thinking about waiting to create purple science until I got to Vulcanus because the resource cost is so much easier to deal with there. But it's gonna be a long while before we really truly set up a sort of a mega base style place on Vulcanus. Yeah. So, while I'm finishing getting things ready so that I have everything ready to go to Vulcanus, it'd be nice to work on some of these things, and it'd be nice to be doing some mining and steel productivity while I'm gone, and I'm not, while I'm in building mode on Vulcanus, and I can just leave something to run. It'd be nice to be able to just alternate these guys and just let them run. I mean, they're huge. I think they're 1.5, 1 million. Oh my god. But just to have science continually run. There are yellow science things that would be nice. I mean, I guess nothing really crazy. I mean, so I guess maybe yellow isn't the play at the moment. You can save yellow. Even make yellow on Fulgora. I mean, any of the things I might want that have yellow science. I mean, I guess not all of them. Some of them have military science. Like, I don't know if we're going to go for uranium ammo, to be honest. Wasn't that interesting? One of the mods I installed must have added that. I don't have multiple recipes for those guys, do I? For a couple of them, yeah, I guess. Oh, that's interesting. But only those three. Odd, weird. Anyway, yeah, I guess there are things further down that are yellow that I will eventually want. Maybe? No, that's yellow. But will I need nukes? I don't know that I'll need nukes, to be honest. If I'm being completely honest here. Oh, yeah. Later on, though. Once we're on Gleba. Artillery takes yellow science. So, I mean, maybe we do it this way. I had considered the idea of like upgrading and going to red belts of science so I can get to the 1800 per minute mark. But instead of doing that, with the resources that I have left to get into my base, to get into production, I think we're gonna do a purple and a yellow science build. But both of them will only target the yellow belt of science. So we have a yellow belt of each of those sciences. We'll do a yellow belt in orbit for space science. That way we'll have a solid 900 per minute of all the basic sciences, none of the planet specific ones. And that setup will be able to run non-stop while we're off planet. And it'll give us access to some things that would be nice to have. I did set up nuclear or uranium processing. We have a little circuit that stops the belt once we get a certain number of U-235. 400 is what I have it set at currently. 400 is enough to start up 40, or it's enough to start up 10 instances of Covrex. Before I started the stream, I was trying to determine how much Covrex I'm really gonna do. Damn, this area over here is getting pounded. God, they're so slow. Look at these dummies. It's a lot of spitters. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so we're gonna do our best here to rush through things. It's so funny that I'm gonna be doing it this way in this run, is because in my vanilla Space Age run, I had thought, oh, I'll go off to space after blue science. I mean, space is accessible after blue science. Just go off, and then I ended up getting to this place where I'm like, well, but I want like some of these things to happen. I want to be able to just keep researching while I'm off planet, and it's like you just set up all the sciences. So we are going to do that. It will be expensive. Here, we'll set them up. It's a lot of. I've set them up before. It's a lot of materials. What? upcycler mod seems to have ruined Factory Planner. Well, that's really unfortunate. What have we got made here? We've been grinding on this a little bit. We got some radiant equipment here. Yeah, that sucks about Factory Planner here. Turn off. Weird. Yeah, so you can see it's not too bad. The main thing is the fucking rail. The rail is so ridiculous. It's 10 yellow belts of fucking rail. 10 yellow belts. Or 5 red belts, but still, it's just wild. The amount of material, dude. So gotta get to raw materials here. So that's a lot of iron. So what does it actually take? We would need to create the platform to get to Vulcanus. Well, just for instance, so like the foundry, all you have to do is craft tungsten carbide, and then you have access to the foundry. We won't have access to calcite right away. I don't remember how that works. Calcite. Yeah, so that's a way off. Actually producing calcite in space that I could drop down to the. So I guess in my head what I'm thinking is like, do I set up purple science, considering the resource cost. Or do I wait until I can use the more productive, less resource intensive molten metal recipes? I mean, it's certainly tempting. But the problem is that then that means we're not going to set up any purple or yellow science here on Novice until at least the point at which we can send back a supply of calcite, because I can't make science from the molten recipe without a constant supply of calcite. I can't get the free from space calcite until Gleba. So if I were to run my science off the molten recipe, then I'm going to be reliant on shipments from Vulcanus. Well, hello. Spent a bunch of time muted there. Yeah, I'm just debating some things in my head here. Basically debating whether I want to create my purple science and yellow science factories now or later, or just wait and literally do it all on Vulcanus. But I think that I want to do it first. I'm really doing this right, am I? That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. Yellow Science is rough, man. As anyone who knows, as anyone who's played Factorio for any length of time knows, the real like separate the men from the boys kind of point in the game. I mean, a lot of people get to fluids, things like oil processing, so like blue science, and then give up. There's sort of two groups of people. There's the people who make it to blue science and then hit a complexity wall they don't want to go through, and then there's the people who make it to purple and yellow science. Because once you get the purple and yellow science, there's a lot of material required. It's on an entirely different level than anything prior. I mean, you can see, for instance, I mean, we can do that now. So, chemical science, 180 iron, 112 copper, 35 coal, 787, so almost like 4.5 times as much iron, and about double, a little more than double the copper. And then you go to yellow, and oh crap, forgot. This requires iron plate. So then you're still 3-ish times more expensive. Yellow's 3-ish times more expensive in iron than blue science. But then look at the cost of copper. The cost of copper, it's like a flip-flop almost, you know. That's a lot of copper. I mean, there's another reason why getting those two set up is good. We're not going to do those two right away. We're going to get red, blue, and green going again. And then we are going to focus on finishing our rocket launch facility. And then while we work on blue and purple and yellow science, we'll be building our space platform for space science and our space platform to get us to Vulcanus. Man, I made some bacon today that really slaps, as the young kids say. But you can see the sheer size of these factories. They're just massive. Like the amount of iron alone is crazy. But here's the thing: we have access to modules. and we have access to nuclear power. And once we'll set up purple first. I think the very first thing we'll do is we'll set up, we'll get beacons. But we're talking hundreds of hours down the road here. Yeah, this is how the upcycler things work. Kind of interesting. Still requires a grind, but because I'm not going to have access to I think personally, the best method, or the simplest, not the best, simplest method for obtaining quality stuff, obviously, is to just use an assembler that makes a quality product, like with quality ingredients. So a lot of our quality ingredients, I think, are going to be best coming from Factorio, the higher quality intermediates, higher quality iron and copper. We could obtain that way through recycling. I mean, look, I made a factory in Vanilla Space Age. I made a factory in Factorio where I made, I think, 90 SPM. It could comfortably run at 90 SPM. And I had it processing, was it 4 bluebells? I think it was 4 bluebells. I was processing 4 bluebells of scrap. And that's for 90 SPM. If we're going to be it's going to be tricky. Factorio is going to be tricky because we won't have access to foundation, for the raised rail. Raised rail lets you build on Factorio, right? Yeah. You don't need like an extra tab, right? Yes, you can. Yeah, that's right. So there's 2 depths on Factorio. There's the lighter oil ocean stuff and the darker. The darker, you need the rail support foundations. That's right. Yeah. Rail support. Okay. Yeah. So we'll be all right. I mean, because we're going to need lots of space on Factorio. Basically, that's the problem. We're going to need an unimaginable amount of space. I am building out my power armor here. I'm going to have 6 rotor ports, which these singularity ones have a robot limit of almost 70, so like, yeah, almost 400 robots I'll be able to use. Frankly, I just don't need more. Like, I could keep going, I guess, but like, it's the like with exoskeletons, like I can't use any more. If I turn exoskeletons on, you can see it's already like a stark difference. I had 5 at one point, almost unplayable from my perspective. I tried 4, and it felt just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, 3 is still ridiculous, but like, at least it's somewhat controllable, but it's wild. But yeah, we'll eventually have singularity bots who will already have 3.2 gigajoules of power storage. Cut that in half. It's 1.6. We'll have about 4.8, almost 5 gigajoules. Once I finish, I'm going to have another 12 batteries. We're just going to keep stuffing solar panels in there until such time that I can stuff the fission fuel cell things in there. Yeah. But let's, what are we going to do right now? Let's set the limit on our nuclear. I said, well, I was looking at, before I started the stream, I was looking at Cobrex enrichment recipe. So 60 seconds to get 1. So you get one U-235 per minute. We want 1 per second. So that means 60 machines. If we do 60 machines to get 1 U-235 per second, which is more than enough. What's that recipe is? You get 10, you get 1 per second. You only need 1 every 10 seconds to get 1 per second. So 1 per 10 seconds. What, 6? 6 machines doing Cobrex gives you 6 every 60 seconds, which is 1 every 10 seconds, which is enough to run 1 uranium fuel cell. If we do 10 per second, well, if we do 60 machines doing Cobrex, so we'd end up with 1 U-235 per second. 1 per second would feed 10 machines, which would make 10 per second. I mean, 10 uranium fuel cells per second is way more than enough, right? That's way more than enough. So do we cut that in half? I guess how much do we want? How much do we want? One uranium fuel cell per second is actually pretty significant. And you just have to build up a buffer for shipping off to space platforms. Thinking. What if we do... Instead of doing 10, instead of shooting for 1 U-235 per second, if we do half of that, or say 60% of that, so we could do 6 machines making uranium fuel cells, should give us 6 per second. Yeah. We'll just do 4 per second. 4 per second requires 4 U-235 every 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds is 40% of, so it's 0.4 per second. 0.4 per second is made with, if 60 does 1 per second, 0.4 times 60, 40% of 60. 24 times 40 is 960. So this needs to be 960. You go until we have 960. That will allow us to, well, mean, yeah. I want to be able to just turn Covrex on. I don't want to have to wait for it to sort of like charge up, you know what I mean? We may have to, we're not half full yet. May have to either expand the buffers or just destroy some of the U238. Or we just make this more reasonable. I mean, if we did 240, that's 6 machines that you can start up. It's a quarter of what we're going to, quarter of the number of machines that we're going to have. Yeah, let's just do 240. That'll let us start up 6 machines out of 24, and since we'll have a supply of Covrex going on, 6 machines will give you 0.1 per second, right? Yeah. Right? 6 is a 10th of 60. 60 give you 1 per second. Yeah. So it'll give us a 0.1 per second. So it'll take 10 seconds to increment. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to do some circuit work on the inserters for the Covrex. I haven't in the past when I've done Covrex build, but I'm going to do some circuit work so that it only inserts 40. That way it sort of like boots up the whole Covrex stack much quicker. In previous runs, because it'll like add like double the amount, so like you end up having to wait almost double the amount of time in order for your Covrex stack to fill up. Yeah. we are eventually going to have some pretty trick module configurations, I think. So I'm going to put in module inserter as a mod. Hopefully the stream doesn't break. I'm going to go restart here. There we go. Okay. Let's get a module inserter. Why does it get rid of it? That's weird. Does this work? Let's see. Oh, it does. Okay. Efficiency model into our mines here. Once we have Covrec set up, so we have as much power as we want, we will switch over to productivity models in the mine until we can get big miners on top of those mines. Okay, yeah, so that'll get the mines finished up. Next step, we gotta get signs going again, so we are gonna work on train input of materials here. kind of have to figure out, yeah. So we need, the real question is how many stops do we want? It's not how many lanes. I don't care. We're just going to pull lanes off of the warehouses that store the material that we bring in by train. In fact, we can probably do that. Set up our warehouses. We did want to try this. Yeah, so it doesn't actually. Okay. Oh, that's fine. So the question is how much? Okay, that sort of takes care of a few things here. I mean, technically the train itself, can supply so if there's 2,000 copper ore in a train car, a red belt pulls 30 per second. 2,000, I don't know, I can't do that in math in my head quickly. So just 2,000 divided by 30, that's 60 seconds basically. So one red belt can drain, so if we do 8,000, so full train load lasts us 4 minutes. If we're pulling full out, it lasts us 4 minutes. We can certainly produce that from our mines. Basically, we're saying we need, if we're going to run one red line off of a warehouse, off of a station, then it needs to be fed a new train every 4 minutes, effectively. So 30 per second basically feeds one of these smelting columns. So 130 would work there. I have this set up to use a red belt of copper, but that's just because it, for whatever reason, running 15 copper ore in there didn't get it over short just the tiniest amount. I'm not entirely sure why. So I switched over to red belt, but really it's using 15. So that's 45. 45. It's 90. And then another 4. 4 is 60. So it's 150. Right? 150. 5 red belts. But that's 4 red belts. So I think what we'll do is we'll have 2 copper stations down here. And then 5 over here. And then for iron, it's 1, 3, so that's 4 red belts. So basically, just grab, print one of these here. You want the whole thing. It's a nice little spot that's free where you clean up blueprints. Yeah, so you could do like you could do a stack, a stack, a stack, and a stack, one for each of the things you need. stone, copper, coal, and iron. And if you do it right, you can just keep adding stations as you need more material, right? Yes. So, I think the way we do that is I mean, I'm half tempted to just use one warehouse to balance all of these so that they all get exactly 30 per second. I think you kind of have to, right? I mean, how many can we get if a warehouse is 6 by 6? How many actual lines can we get off of that warehouse? We can get, I mean, realistically, we could get 18 lines off of a warehouse. That'd be a hell of a throughput. I mean, because I mean, you've gotta put the stuff in. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, so realistically 12, because you have potentially 12 inputs and then 12 outputs. That way it balances all the outputs. None of them are dependent. If one thing is short, everything's short, versus running lines directly from the stations, where you could run into the situation where one of the stations itself is out of copper or iron, whatever the material is. One of the stations is out and can't be filled because there's not enough material, which means that one science goes down rather than all of them going down at the same kind of time. I think that's the way to do it. You do need, I mean, we're gonna have, what did I say, 3 and 4, 7 total red lines just for these guys, for these 3 sciences, but that's fine, I think. I mean, we're gonna have to have separate stations for the yellow and purple, but we can make the yellow and purple areas more modular. This is a little more monolithic, so to speak, to use the software engineering term. Anyway, I have to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. right back. So, yeah, we need at least seven copper stations, I think. Seven copper stations. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5, right? That's an odd number. 7 times 15 is 105. So 225. Eight iron just for that. And then there's another 6 iron lanes, so 14 iron stations. Yeah, so 14 iron, 7 copper, and then these actually take red belts, so 5 stone, and then for coal, we need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do 7 just to be sure. Yeah. So 12 copper, or 12 iron, 7 copper, 5 stone, and 7 coal. That is a lot of stations. So we have a copy of the copper station. Let's get a copy of the iron station. And take it over to our staging area here. Alright. So that's this design better. So we're just going to do this. Oops. Copy. That way we can. There we go. And then we can paste another and another to set them up preemptively for stone and copper. Stone requester, coal, All right, so yes, there we go. So let's do iron first. Yes. So, all right. That's that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. If we don't really want to have it, so that way we can. Yeah, I think we want to keep it all down here because we are going to have warehouses for balancing, so that we pull from each of the stations equally. One. Could be pretty close. 2. 3. 4. 6. And then tack one more on there. Maybe we can go like copy the whole thing again. And line it up with that one right there. And there you go. That's 12 iron stations. Our depot is definitely going to have to get bigger. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I should do something like that. That way there's always some for me to use. Or there's some for me to use here coming up. Because we're going to have to... yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to fill this in, and we're going to have to extend our depot. Elevated arrays will help us fix this intersection too. This intersection is a nightmare. That close to the depot, it's not ideal. Alright, so that's the 12 iron. Let's get the copper. Stack the copper, huh? Cut. So we are we're going to stack it to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's not going to go. Seven copper, 5 stone. That's 7 coal. Go. There's our coal. It's gonna go right. Cha. There we go. Let's start building those. I'm gonna make some lube over here. Just the simple recipe. Huh. Weird. We do need another copper and yeah, we'll just tack on an extra one. So that's the coal one. Coal, stone, iron. That one I think I'll just go right over there. I don't need to balance it. There's copper. Gonna need one more copper. Yeah. That'll be enough to send over there. I think we'll eventually have to put another 2 iron on there to get over that hump. But or 1 maybe? Yeah, just 1. But can't do that yet. But you can see our buffer is shrinking. Got to turn quality modules back on. Okay, yeah, so we're building our stacks over here. Grab that. Go to our robo-free zone. Not because we won't need those things, but like I want to make some pieces and parts to get our stuff all set here. Pieces and parts, pieces and parts. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. That's not bad. There's one. single lane T for our any needs there. That is true. Interesting. That's how it should be signaled. But anyway, we're going to grab that. Should be good, right? There we go. Nice. Nice. Nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, nice. No, so there we go. It's not the perfect solution, but it'll work. Shift that down a little bit. lost in the sauce there. It's the lovely part about having robots to do all the work. I mean, it's going to take a while for these builds are big. It's going to take a while. Yeah, so we said that's 1, 2, 3. go, here we go. Okay, and then one coal comes all the way down here to go right there. There we go. There she blows. That's our last coal. I thought I had it finished, but guess not. There we go. Not easy to get through here, huh? Alright. Bring her over. There we go. We got her. We got her, boys. Go. Get these guys finished. Oops. We're gonna go like, doesn't need to be there. Go. Nice. There we go. We do have rail being made, right? Great. Ha! We do not. Yo. Yeah. Rail needs steel, stone, and iron. There we go. That'll fix our problem with missing rail. Everything else missing is building. We're gonna need lubricant. Coming across the top. Each one uses 0.15. Let's just be sure we have enough here. How many? Called 1.2K. 180 lube per second if they're all running. Oh, 180 lube per second. Whoa, dude. That's a lot of lube. That's a lot of lube. A lot of lube, buddy. A lot of lube. Yeah, so, okay. That's a lot of lube. Yeah. Okay, let's clean up our little mall area here. Okay. Well, we got some progress going. Gotta get our lube going. For lube, I mean, I kind of want to use this one, but the problem is that to get 180 lube per second, you need 90 of them. And we're not using the full capacity of this lubricant up here. 10 per second. I don't know, it gives us 50 per second though. I mean, am I wrong? There are how many here? 399. Times 8. That's only making 16 lubricant per second. This appears only making 50. Yeah, man, that's a lot of lubricant. You know what I'm saying? Unclear how I'm gonna make that much lubricant. Instructions unclear. Alright, well, it is time to go. Alright, yeah, it's time to go. We're on our way. We'll be connecting in my off hours here. I'll get these things connected up to our rail lines. I'll start setting up loading stations. Got lots of work to do. I still gotta push this wall out. Yeah, so we're on our way, guys. Once we get these stations hooked back up, we can start science back up. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So until next time, guys. This is the Colonel. Enjoy your days. Enjoy your evenings. Happy hump day.